Now then, it's Fizzy B, Air Guns and Stuff Yorkshire. Today I've got a review, and it is a night vision add-on kit purchased from eBay. A lot of people on social media have been asking about this kit, and I just hope it'll answer a few questions. So let's get started. Okay, the kit itself, like I said, was bought off eBay for £130, and it consists of a Sony camera in a silicone tube in a 3D printed box, which has got the import there for the screen. It's got the power import just there, and it's got an out port there for recording capabilities. So this one doesn't actually record, but you can plug a recording device into it. Right, it comes with an AC 12 volt battery in this pouch, which is, I think it's a running pouch for a phone, but it fits on the stock nicely, and even my Bazaar stock fits on there quite well. It also came with a charger and a screen. Don't know how much the screen is, but I'll put it on screen now. Not how big the screen is, sorry. And it also come with a little clamp on the back there, which goes onto this clamp here, which I keep on the gun, nice and loose but tight enough to hold the screen up, so when I put it in my bag it's just not in the way, or if I'm just shooting it normal it's not in the way. Now I'll get this set out on the gun and then we'll have a look, see what it looks like. Okay, so there it is, mounted on the gun. I've got the screen pointing up a little bit because I'm going to use it from the sitting position off the bipod. So the battery connects there, and there's a included wire up to the camera, silicone tube onto the original scope, and the screen's adjustable at this pivot point and this pivot point, so you can have it as low as you want or tilt it however you want it. Okay, the only thing that this kit didn't come with, which is essential for night shooting, is an illuminator. This one works perfectly well for me, up to my yardage, which is 55 yards to that back fence down there. You can see down there absolutely perfectly and beyond. This works fine for me. I mount it here, I'll just put that on now. Boom, there it is, as if by magic. Right, so that's the setup there. That'll have you shooting rats, rabbits, foxes, I don't know, whatever you want to shoot at night. 130 quid plus the price of a torch, about 20 quid with a charger. There is a couple of other things that I've got with it. I've got this USB grabber. Now this has a cable there that goes into the yellow port, which I then put into there, and then I've got a micro USB to go from there, goes in my phone. At the minute it's a little bit of a hefty thing to do, but for target practice and stationary shooting it is actually quite good for recording. I have ordered a micro DVR, which I'm planning on gluing to the back. That is on its way from China, so it's going to be a few weeks, but I will do a review on that when it turns up. But for now I'm just recording to the phone, nice and easy. So it's low light levels at the minute. I'm going to set some targets out and we'll see what it's like as a day scope. Okay, I've got these targets out at 30 yards. I'll take a few shots at these and then we'll see how it goes. It's only just starting to get dark now, and you can tell because the camera's gone black and white. If it was daytime it would be colour. But it just tends to go black and white just as it's getting to dusk. This hasn't got the illuminator on it. And this is 30 yards at 5 times magnification. Target's playing up a bit. So that was 10 hits at 30 yards. Let's see how it does at 35. I'll just reload. Okay, it's starting to get a little bit darker now. I was just practicing on that target there at 35 yards, and I couldn't actually tell whether the target in the middle had been knocked down or not, and then it was just hitting wood behind it. I didn't know whether it was popped up or not, so I've moved my gallery out to 35 yards. Have a few at that. Okay, I've just reloaded and we're now 35 yards out. It's a bit of a hard one. That's it. Right. At the minute, this is low light on 5 times magnification. That's 35 yards. I think it might be about time for the illuminator. So that's the illuminator on high. It is making a slight difference on my screen, but not enough really to need it. So I'm going to practice for a little bit. I might push that out to 40 yards actually. Yeah, I'll push it out to 40 yards, and by the time I've done that it'll be dark. Okay, now this is 40 meters, or 40 yards, sorry, with the illuminator on, because it has gone quite dark now, and I can only really see the top target of my gallery target now, so I'll just take 10 at that, and then we'll take it from there. But as you can see, you can clearly see the backstop there in almost pure dark, and that's 55 yards, and that is the effective killing range of this gun. I personally won't need any more than that, other than checking backstops and for people and stuff like that. But as you can see, I'm using the mil dots perfectly on this target at 40 yards. This is a 2.2 rifle, sub 12 foot-pounds. Usually I'd be a full mil dot at 10 magnification, but because it's at 5 magnification, simple maths just says half it and you'll be alright. So it is a little bit finer. You can zoom in, but you tend to lose a little bit of quality, and usually if you're aiming at quarry like rabbits, rats and stuff like that, you've got the added advantage of seeing their eye, but I ain't got that right now. I've just got a 2D image of a gallery target. So you can trace the pellet down range as well, which is quite cool. So if you have any missed shots and you've recorded it, that's it, I'm emptying out. Clear. So if you have any missed shots and you're recording, you can go back. You can see whether you dropped high, low, whatever. But the quality of this is sublime, really. That board of wood out there is measured 55 yards. What I'm going to do is I'll put a little target out there and I'll try and hit that, and I'll have a look round the yard just for a perspective of people that are using this for stuff like rim fires, etc. But you get the idea. You know, those trees over there, 70 odd yards, something like that. That board of wood, 55 yards. They're both, well, that's at 40 yards and that's at 35 yards. that's at 30 yards, so that's my 0 point, and that over there is the furthest I've ranged at, really, because it's a waste of time going over anything else. So what I'll do is I'll put some targets out, I'll do some zoom in, and we'll see if we can make out what the targets are. Okay, what I've done is I've set out a couple of unique targets just to test the zoom capability of the infrared, and out there I've got a target of 55 yards, and I'm nearly on full zoom there. Well, that's full zoom, that's about 10. I don't know if you can make it out on the recorded screen, but that's actually a minion. So if I've got some pellets, which I don't, to clear my rifle, what I'll do is I'll load a pellet and I'll see if I can take it down. Okay, so minion, 55 yards. Let's see if we can get him first shot. Pow. Nailed him. Right. Now in a hunting situation, you use your camera as a spotter. Oh, look what we've got over there. There's another minion. So say if that was a rat or something like that. Yeah, he's dead. Okay, so my final thoughts on the eBay purchase night sight for £130 with the record capability is this is a quality product. As you can see here, there's a cat over in the distance at about 150 yards. He's watching out for rabbits that are in the second field over there, which I can't control because there's horses there. This night vision kit is really easy to mount to the gun. It's cost effective. There's a little rabbit there, too bad. The video quality is better than the recording quality at the minute because I'm recording to my phone via a grabber, and you know, this thing is perfect for airgun use with, you know, 55-yard range. It's perfect for ratting, rabbiting. I reckon if you had a really good illuminator on it or a laser or something like that, you would be able to put it onto a rimfire and do some foxes or whatever it is you want to shoot with a rimfire. And I would recommend this product to anyone who's thinking of buying it on a budget. You know, it's obviously not as good as the big boys, but it's 4 times the price for a proper one. And I'm glad I didn't spend the money on a proper night sight because this is going to suit me more than what I need. So, brilliant product. It's a homemade product. The guy that made it did a really good job. I'm going to put a link in the description below of where you can actually buy this from. There are a few options. I went for the one in the middle. Other than that, thanks for watching. See you, bye.